Hey everybody, Bill Sack here, your favorite attorney with the Firearms Policy Coalition legal team. This week, two senators from the notoriously anti-gun states of Massachusetts and New Jersey, Senators Edward Markey and Robert Menendez, along with Congressman Ted Deutsch of Florida, reintroduced H.R. 4225, the 3D-printed Gun Safety Act. This legislation would prohibit the online distribution of blueprints and instructions that allow for the 3D printing of firearms. Now, Americans home build or 3D print firearms for a host of lawful reasons, including self-defense. Home building firearms is an American tradition, and it happens to date all the way back to before the Revolution. In fact, FPC's own Director of Constitutional Studies, Joseph Greenlee, just this past Friday provided an excellent analysis of the history and tradition of Americans making their own firearms. He did so in his recently filed declaration in support of FPC's motion for preliminary injunction. In Palmer v. Sislak, FPC's ongoing legal challenge to Nevada's new categorical ban on self-manufacturing of firearms. You can read that declaration in its entirety at fpclegal.org. But back to the new proposed federal legislation. The proposed bill would fundamentally outlaw most forms of 3D printing or home building of firearms. Now remember, when someone builds their own firearms at home, all state and federal firearms laws, like the possession of firearms by prohibited persons, still apply. This is classic gun control smoke and mirrors, wherein politicians claim to be addressing criminal conduct that's already criminal by targeting innocent upstream conduct that is overwhelmingly undertaken by ordinary citizens for completely lawful purposes. Instead of having to do the super hard work of enforcing laws against actual criminals, Senators Markey and Menendez appear to think it would be so much easier to just flatly target everyone, for everything, all the time. While technology changes, fundamental constitutional rights do not. 3D printing is just the most recent iteration of a long-standing American tradition that we must aggressively protect and defend. Head over to printergoburr with 3 R's.org to tell your local representatives to oppose the 3D Printed Gun Safety Act. I'm Bill Sack, your favorite attorney with the Firearms Policy Coalition legal team.